The 4 things that make Christian men look unattractive to women. First, dressing like teenagers. So, really, I'm just talking about streetwear. I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, oh, streetwear. Oh, I love streetwear. I love wearing my Jordans and my jeans and my graphic t-shirt. I used to dress like that too. But you have to understand that this gives off a very immature appearance. Now, I know some of you guys are going to be like, oh, but girls at my school like this. You know, they like the ghetto-looking guys. First of all, those probably aren't the girls you should be going for, right? And secondly, the more classical masculine style, you could say like here, for example. I should probably get more examples, but you probably know what I mean. Actually, let me, if I can get some good, material here. That's a good one. Like the more mature, more manly style, right? You also have the more formal versions, like this. And don't be one of these retards like, oh, you're saying wear a suit and tie to school? No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is these more timeless fashion staples, right? And this, I could say right now, I used to dress exactly like this. Okay, not the Lil Wayne thing. The Lil Wayne thing's crazy, the Shiesty's crazy, but I used to dress sneaker, jeans, t-shirt. I used to dress like that, okay? And I'm going to tell you right now, when I changed my fashion, people treated me differently. Okay, the female attention went way up. And you can say it's because I wore it the right way. You can say it's because I'm attractive, blah, blah, blah. You can say all these type of things. But what I will say, undeniable from my experience, it does change everything. Okay? So, this may have situations where it works, but it is defeated. It is defeated in many situations I've seen. Especially people with little frames. It's just crazy. Because I work with, some of the people I work with are high schoolers. This I see all the time. And it never works out. This is undefeated. Right, if you wear masculine clothing the right way, timeless masculine clothing the right way, there's no woman that won't like it. If they don't like it, that means you're violating the second law we're talking about. It's very important you dress properly. Someone's asking me, how do you feel about Yeezys? Yeezys are gay. Yeezys are a sock on a rock. They look terrible. Don't wear Yeezys. Okay? So, how do you dress in a popular masculine fashion? Think of timeless pieces of clothing. Okay? Timeless pieces of clothing are things like a polo shirt, a regular t-shirt, jeans, dress pants, loafers. I'm not a big fan of loafers personally. Dress boots, etc. We see those worn very nicely right here. Okay? And it even applies to other clothing that are not as masculine. And this is going to go to the second point. The second thing to make you seem unattractive is looking like a geek. Okay? So some people who follow the advice I'm about to say will end up looking like a geek. That's because there's more to what I'm saying than simply just wearing timeless masculine clothing. Because, I don't know. Let me find it. Don't worry, everything I say will be free, but I will suggest very heavily that you join my Discord because you can get one-on-one access with me. You can ask me a question on there. I will answer it in there as of now, at least. It's not too crazy yet. And you also gain access to uncensored information in Discord channel, which I cannot share on YouTube. There's also more general, broad information and niche information on different subjects that are not touched on in this video, most likely. Being said, find that in the description. Let's get back to the video. Okay, here we go. So again, here, I'll give you guys more examples. So these are more good examples of masculine clothing styles. A lot of different stuff you can work with here, okay? Motorcycle jackets. I'm not a big fan of ripped jeans, personally, but this, polo, nice. These guys, people look good, right? So example of the masculine. This example of what I'm talking about when I say looking like a geek. So this guy seemingly followed my advice, right? Like, oh, he's wearing a dress shirt, he's wearing dress pants, he's following the advice. Again, no personal shade to this guy, I don't know who he is, but he looks like a geek. He's still not attractive. Okay? He may seem like a nice guy and whatnot, but that's not what I'm talking about. There's a big difference in where he's wearing the clothing. So, one thing I'll say is that the most important part of not looking like a geek is how you're built. So, let's just draw this guy's frame. It's very important you guys look at because it helps you understand what actually makes clothing look good. Look at this guy's frame. Okay, this is being a little generous, I'm not going to lie. Something like that. Okay? Now, let's take someone who pulled it off right. I'll say this guy in the sunglasses. Frame. You gotta You see, they're basically wearing almost the same thing, but the big difference is this shape they have. He's built like a rectangle, he's built like inverted triangle. That is the most important part of clothing, because these guys are wearing relatively the same thing. It looks the same, but it looks different. It looks good on one person, but not the other, because of the build. You have to understand, you wear clothes. Clothes don't wear you. Okay, if clothes are wearing you, you're doing things wrong. Same thing with being fat. Okay, if you're built like a Oompa Loompa, it doesn't matter what clothing you put on. It's going to be problematic. So when it comes to being attractive, you need to build a good physique. Okay, it's not negotiable. Okay, you need that for your clothing to look good. All right? Other thing. Now, some people can look good with a fully collared shirt, but the easiest way to actually make it look better, well, undoing the collar. I think it depends on your phenotype. And phenotype is like your ethnicity. So me, I'm very Hispanic looking. Okay? In other words, I look like a Hispanic. Okay? So I have my collar more open. I have a chain, gold, right? It fits me better. Now, for the more clean-cut style, less of a undone collar looks fine too. Right? This collar is completely done with a tie. So, that's another important part of looking like a geek. Don't wear your clothing super formally, because people are like, oh, wearing a suit, that's so formal. Or even wearing a dress shirt or a polo shirt, oh, it's so formal. It's formal depending on the way you wear it. If you wear it looking like this, okay, yeah, sure. But if you wear it looking nice, it'll be completely different. Okay? Now, the last part of looking like a geek is just being physically attractive. Okay, and this video is not going to be about looks maxing and whatnot in the regard of, how to change your face and whatnot. But it's hard to look good in any type of clothing when you're just ugly. Okay, just be straight up. Right? So when you work out, that's going to change your face a lot, but also your oral facial habits are very important as well. But me personally, can I wear masculine clothes in my frame? Good. It's not enough shape. It's not enough shape. There needs to be more shape and there needs to be more size. In your case. Yeah, and this even applies to not wearing super formal clothing. This guy is good too. Right here. So see here? He's wearing a tank top. I'm wearing a tank top. It looks good. Why? Good physique and he's attractive. So, that's also important as well. Alright, this is a good outfit as well. So remember, you wear your clothes. The clothes don't wear you. Okay, you just can't be wearing stupid things like this. Like this, it just makes you look, just pink, hoodie, shiesty, just terrible. Okay, so, alright, now looking like a geek, so it's important to dress like a teenager. It's also important not to look like a geek. It's also important to work out. This is something that I kind of addressed already, but one of the most important things you could do is work out when it comes to looking attractive, okay? Some of the black pill movement says just face. I think face is very important, but the whole ignoring of the body is just insane, right? Because the easiest way to level up your looks, 2 or 3 points, is to build a good physique. I talk about it on my channel. Specifically in my Discord, I have beginner workout routines, which are really good. Help you gain weight, gain muscle very quickly. It's very different from the other routines, because other routines are very trash. But in any case, I'm not going to spend a whole 10-minute segment on teaching you how to work out. Okay, if anything else, if you don't want to join the Discord and find it, which it's free, I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you don't want to, lift heavy things. Okay? Start building some muscles. Build the shoulders, make your shoulders wider. Okay? Try to build shoulder width. Get bigger arms. You know? Very important. Now, last thing that you're doing is repelling women, or Christian men are doing that, repelling women. And actually, what you are doing is repelling women as well. Alright? If you're watching this video, I assume you're finding value from it. If you're finding value from it, then that's what you need to hear. Being too nice. Okay? Let's get a picture of a... They have soy face cleansers. What? Okay, well. So... Oh, we're using Dean Withers. We're using Dean Withers, alright? I did not plan this, but this is perfect. Alright, we're using Dean Withers versus me. Alright, let's make this as funny as possible. Dean Withers versus me. Oh, this is... Alright, this is so funny. Okay, so Dean Withers is, Oh, okay. Okay. Alright. So, this you think of as a representation of being too nice. Too nice. So what is too nice represented by? Soy face. Let's get a happy face. To be honest, this isn't even the perfect one to do my example, but it's just so funny that I have to... Why they're using Angry Video Game Nerd? I used to be a fan of that guy. So... Here, like this. People that just walk around like this. Alright? Because you know people like this, just soy facing all the time. Hey, how you doing? Like, super, super nice people. Okay, too nice. Alright? Soy. Women don't like soy. Now, it doesn't mean be mean, but what they want is a trifecta. I talked about this last video, so I'm not gonna, or earlier in the stream. Okay, I want that father love. I want that kingly respect. And I want that rebellious energy. Okay? We, as Christian men, have to embody this because this is in the Bible. The Bible talks about this stuff right here. And that is not involved with walking around with your mouth open all the time. Alright, soy face. I can't take this. I mean, honestly, come on. Let's be serious here. You haven't seen any funnier than this today. Okay? This is... If you guys know who Dean Withers is and you know what's happened with me and Dean, we'll haven't actually talked to him, but I mean in terms of breaking down his position stuff, because I do like philosophy stuff a lot, and Dean happens to be one of the biggest retards on the internet, so it's always funny to break down that stuff, but So yeah, in terms of disposition, you want to have a masculine disposition. It doesn't mean being like super overreactive like some of these goofballs. Alright, it doesn't also mean being a stone. It relates to how you look. Okay, because imagine two men. Imagine one man that looks unintimidating, so... Okay, we have this. Imagine this guy. Right. He is on the unintimidating side. So what he has to do is be a bit more stoic. Okay, don't be so reactive. Doesn't mean completely stone. Be a little bit more stoic. Okay, I'll be a masculine balance. For me, I look intimidating. So for me, I have to smile a little bit more, but not like smart smile, be happy, go like this. That balances me out. Because if not, then I'm too scared. Right? The other guy, if he acts that same way I should act, he's going to be too nice. He's repelling. Right? So the whole game is about balancing this. And when you work on your mind and you get right with God, this starts becoming balanced naturally. Okay? So, in general, keep what I said in mind. Right? The more nice and unintimidating you look, look for the more masculine route. The more masculine you look, go the other way a little bit. Generally, you want to be taking up as much space as possible. Okay, when I'm sitting in this chair, I'm not sitting like this. I'm still taking up a decent amount of space. My shoulders are wide, but you get the point, right? Instead, take up space. It's your domain, man spread. Okay? When you speak, don't go like, well, I think, please listen to me. No, speak directly. Okay? Speak concretely. Don't say, don't do that. Speak straight up. Right? Don't try and please people. Someone says something wrong, say they're wrong. Don't be a prick, but say they're wrong. Okay, don't be too nice. Alright, being too nice is repelling. Don't soy face. Alright, be a man and stick up for the truth. Think in your head of a man. Alright? And touch your ball, dig deep, touch your balls, and wake up. To quote someone. Alright? That's what we're looking for. That type of energy, that's what's attractive to women. And Christian men need to start embodying that because that's the Bible teaches that. The Bible teaches you to be a man of strong spirit. That's what it is. So yeah, those are the 4 things. This video was... I wasn't expecting the whole team witness thing, but that was super funny.